And then when we're speaking in the realm of attention, there's trendy topics out there. There's some selling themselves short for an expectation of a grander stage, grander pastures, and a bigger picture. We're talking about attention, trendy dances, trendy fashion, trendy challenges. I get it. You're trying to build yourself a brand. That's all well and fine, but what's the value that you're bringing to this realm of society, to this realm of reality in the now? What you do now lays down the law or the foundation for what's futuristic. So we got to figure out, what is it that you bring to the table that brings value and can bring retention? And I'm not talking about fly-by-night, quick money schemes, quick assessments for the attention for the now. You got to remember, whatever you do in the now must be built through repetition, through dedication, through forward thinking and pure focus. And that's not a quick fly-by-night thing of the now. You're doing it now, but you're thinking long term. So the dedication that you do on the day-to-day is building that foundation for later. So that's forward thinking. What you want to build is retention. What's the difference that you could bring to the reality of now, so that way you could have the reality of later? Okay? So we could check off all of the things for attention. That's well and fine. But how many, statistically, how many are going to flourish in the realm and the mindset of retention? How are you going to hook, line, and sink and wheel in viewers, fans, customers, clients, even those of your peers, to pay attention, to come back again, to listen to the importance of what it is that you're saying, what it is that you're doing, what it is that you're building, what it is that you're buying, what it is that you're selling? It's a hard task because you have to do it on a daily basis. Are you going to take that attention and turn it and convert it into retention? That's a thinker, not a stinker. These aren't just words that I'm regurgitating. It's a way of life, I see it a dime a dozen. Some flourish at it, some don't. The clock is ticking. You know what I'm saying? Like, the clock is ticking. You have to maximize the time that you have. And think futuristic. Us as a species in a whole, if you haven't noticed, we're being devalued because things of AI. We bring in AI to make our jobs easier, but yet you don't realize, not forward thinking, you don't realize that it's going to replace us. Get with it. Lay the foundation, discipline, forward thinking. Bring value so that way you're irreplaceable. And that saying, everyone is replaceable. But it's only true to an extent, depending on the value that you bring. Attention versus retention. Work hard at being irreplaceable. Work hard. Please work hard on developing the value of your brand, your name, your character. It's not something that you do every time the camera comes on. It's something that you do every day of life, of bringing a brand new fiber of life. Lay the foundation for the next to follow. This is what Squares and Circles is all about. And speaking of Squares and Circles, I have segmented content that reaches the masses. So we're going to take a time out and talk about some real life assessments and situations. So on Squares and Circles, I give assessments of real life situations. But how do I develop real life situations? Well, I have people send in questions, comments, and concerns that I have to assess and give a yay or nay. And I appreciate all the feedback that I've been getting. So what we have here is question number 1 by anonymous user number 1. And what they have here is, hey Hodge, how can I have the courage to make a positive change in my life, and where do I start? Well, first of all, I want to thank you for your time and your efforts to send in this message to someone that, you could feel free to share that with. And, fist bump, boom. I thank you for coming in, and talking about this situation. Courage is a push and pull situation, It's a fear factor. Fear can push or pull you. It could develop courage, or it could develop cowardness and make you run into the same cycle over and over because you're comfortable with not getting results. That's a routine that you're accustomed to. So, you want to change your life. Courage to change your life. Well, that takes baby steps. It takes building repetition of where you see the future, where as you take your forward thinking and you process it and you take little developmental habits. Habits is what develops a newer way of thinking, a forward way of thinking. So what I would do is start with little nuances, things that are self-programmable, and they develop healthy habits, health, wealth, mindset, things of that nature take everyday developmental skills. So, like I said, I would assess and just start small. Get a win every day in a small spectrum, all right? To start with small little exercises, mentally, physically, and financially, every day. Life is a numbers game. You take the time that you have, because we all have expiration dates, but you take the time that you have and you maximize. But you maximize every day. There's 365 days in a year. There's 24 hours in a day. Take the equation of such, take a little snippet of it and make it a success for yourself. The little bit of time out of a day. Make a successful run. So, get the blood pumping. Take an hour of exercise a day. If you can't complete an hour of a day, do 20 minutes, 30 minutes of a day. Put something healthy in your body. Stop drinking sweets. Stop drinking alcohol. Stop eating starchy foods. Cut back on the meat. Things of that nature. Just small. Not asking you to go cold turkey and go crazy, but start off small. Build the repetition. Discipline is winning, and you got to develop that discipline in order to win. That's where I would start. So my assessment, it doesn't seem like there's anything foul or wrong or wanting anything that's out of the realm on this. So through this assessment, you got into the Big Hodge circle, thumbs up, and I'm encouraging you to win. Anonymous number 1, I'm encouraging you to win because I stand by you wanting to make a change in your life. It's never too late. Maximize the time you got and flourish from there. And speaking of time, my time is up here on the first episode of Squares and Circles. That was a Big Hodge assessment, and we was talking about attention and retention. Feel free to leave comments, likes, questions, concerns, everything and above. The link in the description below. This will be on YouTube. This snippets will be on Instagram, so make sure that you follow Big Hodge Media NYC. This is where you're seeing this. It's in YouTube long form and Instagram short form. What can I say? Episode finito.